a TP, etc. Garbanzo says, yeah, David never camped before in his life. This is the equivalent of like saying, I want to go to get into boxing, but instead of getting a lesson or joining a gym, he just scheduled a match with Mike Tyson instead.
Turn left onto Acacia Avenue, then turn left.
And then there's Scott, waking up in a wet tent on a humid day. Honestly, I might choose death at
Turn
that
left
point.
onto Glastonbury Avenue.
That was the worst part. Not just being wet, but when it stopped here and there, it's just
It's so humid.
humid
You never get
outside.
dry. You never get dry.
I just...
Hello.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
Is this a bad time?
No.
I'm just so fucking sick. I can't even get out of bed. How did I get so sick?
No idea.
You're feeling fine, right?
Yep.
Damn it. I even took Motrin. I'm sweating. I had a fever and I'm coughing and I'm tired of laying here. I don't have the strength to get up.
Well, it doesn't sound like you have a whole lot of choices then.
I know. I'm sorry I bothered you with this. I'm gonna let you go.
That's all right. We're just driving. We got to drive out to Pinckney right now.
Pinckney.
Yep.
That's where my Uncle Mickey lived.
It's an hour and 10 minutes away.
Yeah, it's far like Hamburg.
It's a long way.
It's further than Hamburg, maybe.
I don't know where Hamburg is, so.
It's by Pinckney. Alright, I'm just sorry I bothered you. I'm gonna let you go.
It's all right. We'll talk to you a little later.
Okay,
Love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Packed us here in Detroit. We'll get to that at 12:30. Got 97 on the ticket.
Well, if you think about refinancing right now, it's a great time to do it. If you've got some debt that you want to pay off, or if you've got a project around the house you want to take care of it all, and use Hall Financial. Hall Financial's mission is to be the most client-focused company in the world. They're 100% committed to providing the best client service and
At the next stop
satisfaction in the
sign, turn
mortgage
left.
industry. In fact, they've got over 4,000 five-star reviews. Hall Financial's unique process and advanced technology allows the majority of their loans to close without needing an appraisal, and that's a savings of up to $750. Plus, the majority of their loans close in about 10 business days or less.
At the
That's
stop
great. Hall
sign,
Financial
turn
provides a
left
very
onto
different
Grand River
mortgage
Avenue.
experience. They're led by obsessive focus on customer service and quick closings so that buyers can compete in this hot market. Now, not only can Hall Financial provide a five-star mortgage experience, but they can also connect you with a top realtor in your area to help navigate the competitive housing market. Hall Financial wants to give their clients the fastest service without cutting corners or compromising accuracy or professionalism. Give them a call today. Hall Financial is open on weekends. You can check them out on their website as well at hallfirst.com. That's hallfirst.com.
Now, if you've been watching the NBA playoffs from the sideline, get off the sideline. Now is the perfect time to get in on the action.
In 5.5 miles, take a slight left turn onto West 8 Mile Road.
Conference Finals, new users get 30-1 odds on any team to win their next game. That means you can win $150 on a $5 bet. Just go ahead, bet on Trae Young and the Atlantic Hawks, and you could win 30-1 odds. It's a layup. Just sign up with promo code WOJO to bet the conference finals with 30-1 odds exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. You must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. New users only must wager a designated offer market. $10 first deposit required. $150 maximum bonus. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/hire. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
Citywide, 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/hire. That's ZipRecruiter.com/hire. ZipRecruiter.com/hire. Lowe's wants you to bring the whole family back together this July 4th. We have new lower prices on select bagged mulch starting at $2.88 a bag. And add some sizzle with $50 off select Weber Genesis gas grills. Make this holiday one worth remembering. The summer savings continue this July 4th. So stop by Lowe's in-store or online. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, selection and product availability vary by location. Valid 6/24 through 7/7. U.S. only. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries starting at just $79.99. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Let your voice be heard. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, the home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
The Detroit Tigers play the Cleveland Indians. Pre-game tonight at 6:50 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Doug Carr, Scott Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket. Open lines, 248-539-9797. Decent weekend for the Tigers. Not great, but hey, man, Houston comes in. They won 11 in a row. They won 10 in a row when they got here. They won their 11th in a row, and then the Tigers took 2 of 3 Friday, Saturday, Sunday to split the 4-game series. And yesterday was really encouraging with my champ of the weekend, Tarek Skubal Gator, being a big reason as to why. 7 innings pitched. He went over 100 pitches. He had 21 swings and misses, which is bigger. It's a pretty high amount. Like, for example, Bieber and Kershaw lead the majors most swings and misses. Bieber averages 18.85 swings and misses per outing. Kershaw 15.41. And our guy Skubal was at 21 in that game. But 7 innings, 1 hit, 102 pitches, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. My champ of the weekend, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, I like it. I went with Akil Baddoo. He did it all yesterday. Had the game-tying hit. He stole a base, and then he was able to come home on the extra innings game-winning safety squeeze. It was beautifully executed. Doug, this man has a very bright future, I think.
Chump of the weekend, I'm going Hector Santiago, first pitcher in baseball to be busted for using the sticky stuff. That is the Seattle Mariner says it was just rosin.
Well, we'll find out. My chump is the dumbass who held up that sign facing the camera during the Tour de France that resulted in the crash. The woman who held that sign up then fled the scene promptly and is currently on the lam. They're wanting to get in touch with her, and when they find her, she will be charged criminally, and we'll see if that ever ends up coming to fruition. But that's just the epitome of the look at me gone wrong.
Yeah, you've always, as long as I've known you, you've hated look at me guy. That was a total look at me maneuver. 248-539-9797. Let's get back to your open line calls. We're going to Mike out of Cell here, 97.1. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Doug Gator. How are you guys doing?
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling.
Wait, I was listening to a camping question. I went to a NASCAR race about 7-8 years ago, and we got rained on from 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon to midnight Monday. We're at the only Tuesday NASCAR race in history. So it happened this year. But I feel sorry for David, but that is a rookie mistake. But
the tent poles, I mean, it just gets compounded. You forget the tent poles, and somebody's kind enough and say, hey, look, I've got a tent, it's okay. Then you use the tent, you're like, there's a big sigh of relief. Let's get this air mattress pumped up, and then I can sleep in luxury. And then you realize you brought the wrong air compressor for the air mattress, and you can't get it done.
I found one where you use a foot pump. It's built in to Pullman. I sent a text.
Yep.
There
are ways around it, but the biggest way around is to actually use the equipment that came with the box that you brought. That works.
Yeah, but as the rain part, it rained for 3 days straight, and we had a monster tarp, and we put it over all our tents. And when we woke up in the morning, there was like lakes in between our tents. But you have to adapt, overcome, and improvise.
That's right.
And we went to Ace Hardware, and we found one of those carports that people have in their driveway that park up their cars underneath that you just set up, and we were set for the rest of the rain.
Like a portable one?
Yeah, the one you see on somebody's driveway, and they park their really nice car under it, so the rain doesn't hit it.
Yep. No, that's
car under it.
It's great. Smart move. Look, I mean, Jansen's whole thing was rain sucks, not great for camping. You have to have all the gear, and you're going to make rookie mistakes. All of those things held true. Mostly the rookie mistakes.
Wait,
forgot the tent poles.
Would you have done, and we didn't ask David this, but if you were in that situation, you would just realize that when you got on site and you had screwed up and you'd forgotten those things, would you have just taken off and either gone back home, driven the hour and a half to go back home and get the stuff, or would you have gone to a hardware store nearby and tried to get something that could have helped out your situation?
I don't think there's anything available.
There probably isn't.
No, the idea that you're trying
you don't want to have to spend money on buying a brand new tent.
I'm not.
That would just be ridiculous.
Well, maybe, but you either buy a new tent, because there's no MacGyvering this. You're not going to suddenly piece together, fashion together some tent poles out of something you picked up at Ace Hardware. Or I'll do it with sticks. No, it's just not happening. Your choices are, if nobody had a spare tent and there was nowhere else for him to stay, your choices are hotel, go back and get the tent poles, or just pack up the Sun and leave. You're not doing number 3. You're not packing up the Sun and leaving.
No.
So it's hotel or go home. I'd probably go home. Get the tent poles.
Get the tent pole, bring back.
I mean,
take a slight left turn onto
that's
West
just a
8 Mile
disaster.
Road.
It's a disaster. But somebody had a tent for. But also that tent. Yeah, it wasn't. It sounded like it was very adequate.
Yeah, we got something here for you. I mean, it's got a couple holes in it. I don't think it's water repellent, but hey, it's better than nothing. Is it? We could have slept in the car.
There's that too, I guess. But how do you leave the tent poles?
I don't know.
It's a $1 million question. I don't.
How do you not test everything out ahead of time? Like we bring in the air mattress, and so knowing that you have the. I don't want to rip on David. He's a great guy.
Yep.
He made a rookie mistake.
No, he knows
He's
it,
never
and
gone
he's
camping
owning it.
before, and
He's owning it.
he's absolutely owning it,
Completely owning
and he's going to be better prepared the next time, Doug.
All right, hey, couple things over the weekend we haven't had a chance to really mention. Stanley Cup Finals are set. Tampa with the 1-0 win in Game 7 over the New York Islanders. They will now take on Montreal. The NBA playoffs, I mean, it's a battle of attrition now. Trey Young might be hurt.
Then at the next one,
Kawhi
take a
Leonard is
slight
not
left
supposed to
turn.
play tonight. Is that
Not going
correct?
to play tonight, apparently, but I don't know. I'm hoping the Clippers win just so that it gives Kawhi a chance to play. Because I don't want to see anybody limping into the NBA Finals and the champion is crowned because injuries. It would be unfortunate if that's the case. But Phoenix is awfully tough, and they're playing healthy, and who's to say they wouldn't beat a healthy Clippers team anyway?
I want if the Clippers win, I don't know that I want them to win, but if they do win, one thing that I will very much enjoy is the uncomfortable reality that the other team in LA just won a championship. I think watching a parade that's sparsely attended or as fans wearing purple and gold, how does a Laker town celebrate a Clipper championship? And make no bones about it, I think LA is more of a Laker town than any other town that with two teams.
Well, I think the Lakers are akin to the Cubs.
I think they're bigger in LA than the Cubs are in Chicago. I said it. I think the Lakers are bigger in LA than the Cubs are in Chicago. I think the White Sox are more relevant in Chicago than the Clippers are in LA.
Wow. I don't know if that's true.
Gator?
That is bold.
I have lived in both Los Angeles and Chicago. I've worked in both towns. I did a talk show in LA for 13 years. I was 12 years in Chicago.
Yeah.
I will tell you, yes.
Or not.
No, I have zero experience. I'm basing this on nothing other than instinct.
Well, it's interesting because the other city to bring up would be like the Yankees Yankees and Mets fans. I think the majority of fans in New York are overwhelmingly Yankee fans because, bandwagon, why not? But I do know that LA is a big Laker town, and the Lakers are the only team they care about in LA, period. They don't really care about anything. The Dodgers maybe a little bit, but they don't care about the football teams that they have. They sure as hell don't care about the Clippers. They never have. They don't care about the Kings. It's just whatever. But yeah, there would be tons of fans wearing Lakers gear at a Clippers rally.
So, yeah, that could be interesting. All right. Speaking of the NBA, there might be a superstar available. And does the number 1 overall pick get you that superstar? And do you want it? We'll get to that at 12:35, right after your chance to win $1,000 with another ticket signing bonus keyword at 12:31. 97.1.
On a hot day, there's nothing like walking into your home and getting hit with a blast of cold, refreshing air. Unless your house is just hot all the time. Then all you want is some relief. USA Insulation fixes hot homes. Because once their premium foam fills up your walls, you'll get relief from sleepless hot nights. You'll get relief from big electric bills. And you'll get relief from family members being cranky about the heat. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Shoot, even your AC unit will get some relief. And you know every time that thing clicks on, it's costing you money. Put an end to the madness once and for all. Get your home insulated the right way with USA Premium Foam Insulation. And here's the deal you don't want to miss. For a limited time, when they foam your walls, they'll insulate your attic for free. So stop sweating and start saving. Call today, 1-800-USA-FOAM. That's 1-800-USA-FOAM or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation. Before you buy or lease your next vehicle, come see what we can do for you at Gowling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Hi friends, Bill Gowling here, telling you about some of the great values going on during our Ram Spotlight sales event. Qualified Chrysler employees can lease a 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab V8 4x4 for just $347 a month. Leases for 39 months, 10,000 miles a year with $2,000 down. We have more than 1,500 vehicles available only at Gowling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Roseville, or online at Gowling.com.
If an education can help you prepare for a career change, here's an opportunity. University of Phoenix is awarding up to $1 million in new scholarships this month. You could earn between $2,000 and $3,000 in a non-cash tuition scholarship. See which one you may qualify for at phoenix.edu.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
My husband's ED was affecting our marriage. When he first started experiencing ED, it was difficult for both of us. We didn't know who to talk to about it or where to get help. HIMSS was our answer. HIMSS connected my husband with a licensed provider online. He was able to get medication to treat his ED at a fraction of the price people pay for the name brand. It was delivered to our door, and guess what? Our sex life is back. It works.
Right now, get your first online provider's visit totally free when you go to forhims.com/joy. Yep, free. No copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Just the care you need.
Thanks to HIMSS, we got our sex life and our marriage back.
To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/joy. That's forhims.com/joy for your free online visit. forhims.com/joy.
Wine Garden is Metro Detroit's top shop for price and selection for beer, wine, spirits, cigars, and single barrel bourbon. The Wine Garden on Harbor south of 9 in St. Clair Shores, and the new location on 19 and Shaner in Sterling Heights.
You could win tickets to see the Tigers play the Toronto Blue Jays Friday, August 27th. Sign up to win when you check out the special and scan the QR code at Fishbones in Detroit. Must be 21 or older. Details at 971theticket.com.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Capurro of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
This hour's ticket signing bonus keyword is Melody. Text Melody to 72881 for your chance at $1,000. There are no sweeter sounds. Hear the game. All the play-by-play all season is on 97.1 The Ticket and the Odyssey app.
Doug Carr, Scott Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket. Open lines 248-539-9797. Is it Melody? Is that what I heard? Melody? Was that the word?
Melody.
72881. If you don't win, try again next hour. Okay, Gator. We'll get some Tiger stuff in the 1 o'clock hour. Champ and Chump votes pouring in. Who should be singled out for having the best weekend? Who should be called out for having a weekend that stinks? I mean, look, this story came out over the weekend. First, congratulations to Chauncey Billups, named head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. I mean, is Detroit ruining the day? Is anybody here upset that we don't have him? Or is this, hey, we like our guy, we like the direction of the Pistons, good for Chauncey, the timing just didn't work out, and maybe someday.
Yeah, well, he's proved himself out there and turned himself into a commodity. I root for Chauncey. I love Chauncey Billups when he was here in Detroit. One of the coolest guys you'll ever see or meet. Love him.
Yep.
Wish nothing but the best.
But timing wasn't right.
Apparently, I guess it wasn't. Look, I like the Pistons coach just fine. Dwayne Casey did great things with Toronto, got him primed and ready. For whatever reason, they parted ways. But coming here, I think he's a guy who can work with the younger players. Love what Troy Weaver has done to build this team up. And I love that they have the top pick overall, Doug.
Yes.
They're going places. This team's going places. I already said they're going to the playoffs next season.
So, look, the deal is the Chauncey Billups hiring as head coach out there apparently hasn't changed the mind of Damian Lillard, star guard, who averages 30 a game, true superstar, who didn't like the way the process went down of hiring the coach. Yahoo's reporting he's not convinced he can win a championship in Portland, and he wants to be traded. Well, guess who's got the number 1 pick in the draft? So, does Portland go full-scale rebuild and talk to Detroit about the number 1 pick? Do we even want a 30-year-old star guard? Like, he's not a 25-year-old, he's a 30-year-old. He's already making $30 million a year-ish.
And about to turn into something north of $44 million with the extension that he signed.
I mean, we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I just don't see these things lining up. I mean, the problems, the odds are, but I'll make the case for it, okay?
All right.
Odds are Cade Cunningham will not be as good as Damian Lillard. Odds are. I mean, you're just how many guys, no matter where you're drafted, average 30 a game. Chances are. Now, does that mean you trade for Damian Lillard? Certainly not. It doesn't mean that. But, I mean, if you want to do the bird in the hand argument, better than 2 in the bush, right?
That's what they say.
That's what they say. So if I'm going to sit down and make this argument for Damian Lillard, it will start with that. You go get the established star. But then you got to get salaries to match up. I mean, you're going to have to probably bring in a third team to make this work. But the reality is, I can't see the Pistons doing this.
I can't see the Pistons doing it either. And, you know, he just signed his 4-year monster extension. Like I said, it pays him $44 million a season. Man, that's a lot of money. He's been with the team for 9 years. Signing that extension, you would think he'd be committed to it, but, you know, things have happened over the weekend, and perhaps he's not wanting to stay there now, is what it seems like, because clearly name's on the trading block. I just, you know, do I want a 30-year-old established superstar in the league, which is exactly what he is? Or do I want door number 2? Door number 2, you already have a pretty good idea what it is, because you know who the player is. Mm-hmm. You don't know how it's going to work out, because you never know how it's going to work out in the NBA. But I really like the upside. You've got the top overall pick in the draft. I'm not ready to bring on Damian Lillard in exchange for that pick. What I want to do is take Cade Cunningham in the draft and then go into the 2022-23 season by signing another big free agent at that point to really put this team over the top, to have them competing for the Eastern Conference Championship in 2 years. That's what I want to do. But I can't do that unless I've got Cade Cunningham.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess Damian Lillard would soak up much of that money you'd have to spend in free agency.
But then I don't have the pick.
You don't have the pick, and you don't have the money. So, I'm not sure.
Player.
Oh,
hell of a player.
You get a known commodity.
Guy's 30 points a game. He's fantastic.
Superstar. Period. End of story. But if he's not worried, if he's worried that he can build a championship in Portland, does he want to go to a team that's just starting the journey of a rebuild?
Absolutely not. And what's going to happen is, because this is how sports have gone, this is how athletes have gone over the last couple of years, is that they've started to exercise their muscles a little bit about controlling their own destiny. You would think that that's achieved when they get the big free agent contract and, all right, I'm going to, or extension like Lillard got, I'm planting my flag, I'm staying here. Well, that's not the case, because players are changing their minds. And you can like it or dislike it, that's where we're at. Deshaun Watson trying to do that in Houston. Now he's got all these off-field issues that are preventing him from going anywhere, but Deshaun Watson wanted to do that. Now you've got Damian Lillard, who may want to do that. Two guys that are superstars in their respective sports that can change everything. Anthony Davis did that a couple years ago with New Orleans. Zion Williamson may want to do that right now with New Orleans. I don't like the direction things go like that this early in someone's career, like a Zion. But Damian Lillard, it's
clock's ticking a little bit.
Clock's ticking. He's not going to want to come to Detroit. He's going to want to go to one of these other teams that is already established and maybe one of the final four teams in basketball right now. That's where he's going to want to go.
He's going to want to go where all the free agents want to go. Milwaukee, Atlanta, Phoenix, or the Clippers.
Right, but would he want to go to the Clippers? Would he want to go to Golden State? Would he want to go to Boston?
Actually,
would he want to go to the Knicks or Brooklyn?
Could you imagine him in Milwaukee right now?
It'd be ridiculous.
Yes.
Milwaukee would be.
Which is why, again, this first pick is so important. Presuming it's going to be Cade Cunningham, which is a pretty safe assumption. If they have Cade Cunningham, you have a place like nobody would ever talk about Damian Lillard going to Milwaukee until this recent incarnation of the NBA. Nobody would talk about Damian Lillard going to Phoenix until this recent incarnation. He probably wouldn't make sense in Phoenix, but he makes sense in Milwaukee. Like you can make, when you get that star young player, people want to play with you, and that's what we gotta. The Cade Cunningham, all the faith going in Cade Cunningham is pretty much what you absolutely have to do, unless the star player you're getting back, is young too. Because if Lillard was 26, 25,
different story.
Totally different story. If Luka becomes available,
that's a different story.
I don't think that's happening.
I don't mind being on the horn with Dallas. But
seriously, I would think that he would want to go to Milwaukee, which I just said that out loud, and nobody will laugh at that. Maybe they will, but an NBA star may want to go play in Milwaukee.
Look, maybe we talk about a team like Oklahoma City that has the 18 first round picks in the next 6 years.
Yes.
Would they give up all that to get a Lillard? Maybe not, because he might be older. But what would Milwaukee have to give up to acquire?
I think if you're Milwaukee, you give up anything you possibly can think of,
with the exception of Chris Middleton and Giannis,
to pair him with those two.
Yeah,
pair him with those two. Whatever. Carson Anderson, open lines 248-539-9797.
Keep him up.
I'm having a hell of a day. All right, Gator, it's getting a ton of chump votes, and we need to talk about it. We will get to that today at 12:48. 97.1 The Ticket.
And when you start packing that cooler for that weekend party you got, or you're heading out to the boat, or whatever the case is, maybe you're going out to the softball game and you got the adult beverages ready to go. Keep this in mind. Coppercraft Distillery has cocktails in the can. They came out with a trio of flavors last year. The gin and tonic Pink Bubbles, which is made with the vodka. It's got a pomegranate flavor. And also the whiskey lemonade, which is made with the rye. Those were well received. They took home gold medals and the silver medal at the Can Challenge. Now they've come out with 4 new flavors for this year. Iced tea lemonade, black cherry whiskey. They've got a Moscow Mule and also a rum punch. You like the cocktails in the can? Give this a shot. You're going to be surprised at how good they are. Maybe you just like the spirits themselves. Coppercraft Distillery, known for their bourbon. It is world class. double gold at the most recent International Spirits competition. They also have a blended bourbon, which I particularly love. It's very smooth. You like the rye? Give it a shot. If you've never had rye whiskey before, it's a little distinctive flavor, but it's very flavorful. Also, they have the vodka, citrus-flavored vodka, rum. Those are great for summery drinks. Same thing with a gin. You want to make the best gin and tonic in the world. If you don't feel like going with the cocktail in a can, make it yourself with Copper Craft's gin. All great. Show some love for a Michigan-made product. You can learn more on their website at coppercraftdistillery.com. Coppercraft Distillery, never when it's young, only when it's ready, but please drink responsibly.
Navien tankless water heaters, the proven leader in condensing technology. Request a Navien because you deserve the best in endless hot water delivery. Learn about Navien's condensing tankless water heaters and find a Navien contractor at tanklessmadesimple.com.
This is Damon Amendolara with an Odyssey Sports Minute sponsored by Credit Karma Money. Progress starts here. The Big Three in Miami was roundly booed and hated on. When KD joined the Warriors, most people threw their hands up in disgust. The most despised team this year, the Brooklyn Nets. But the Milwaukee Bucks, the Big Three, and nobody hates them. Why? Likely because nobody considers them a Big Three. Giannis is obviously a force and a superstar, but Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, they've never been viewed as supreme sidekicks. They're looked at as the kids trying too hard on JV. Aw, isn't that nice? But last night, one of those dudes won Game 3. Middleton's sharpshooting snagged a 2-1 series lead. His fourth quarter eruption was a sight to behold. The Bucks may not have 3 Hall of Famers, but they're halfway to an NBA Finals. This is Damon Amendolara.
Credit Karma Money is a brand new checking account where you can win daily instant Karma purchase reimbursements on items up to $5,000. Now, when you make a purchase between June 8th and June 30th, you'll automatically be entered to win $1 million. Visit creditkarma.com/winmoney now to open your free account and start winning instant Karma. That's creditkarma.com/winmoney. Instant Karma is sponsored by Credit Karma. No purchase necessary. Exclusions and terms apply. See rules. Banking services provided by MVB Bank Inc. Member FDIC. Maximum balance and transfer limits apply.
Get more out of summer when you get more from the Home Depot and trusted brands like Behr Paint. Beat the summer heat by taking on a paint project indoors and keep things cool with 4th of July savings on paint and all the supplies you need. We're making sure now is the perfect time to give your home a refresh. How cool is that? 4th of July savings only from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. You are intelligent. You make all the right decisions. You were smart before smart was cool, and you made it cool again. You have a wealth of knowledge, and you are so very clever. I bet you already knew I was going to say that, you genius. There, don't you feel better? You'll also feel better when you hear you could save big when you switch to Progressive, but I'm pretty sure you already knew that, too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and get your color your way. We've made it easier than ever to try and buy color. Preview paint colors in your home with our Color Snap app. Then visit swsamples.com to have color chips delivered to your door for free. Or order some peel and stick samples to try on your wall. When you're ready to paint, shop online or stop by your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store and get everything you need.
Save today on your next project with 11% off everything now at Menards. Dutchboy Maxbond is an exterior paint and primer with extreme adhesion technology. It provides superior adhesion to chalky, dirty, glossy, or previously painted surfaces. Save today on your next project with 11% off all Dutchboy Maxbond exterior paint. Good through July 4th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Odyssey is your new home for all the audio that matters to you. Download the Odyssey app today.
Car Scott Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket. Welcome those of you listening on the Odyssey app. Take the show anywhere with you on your mobile device. Download AUDACY, the Odyssey app. and also streamed through our website, 971theticket.com. And then there's our crew of people watching on Twitch every day. Thank you very much. Twitch.tv. They got quite a little community there in the streaming chat. We do appreciate your participation in that. Plus, we got the Twitter poll that we will revisit next hour. What's going on with the Tigers? All right, Gator, you chunked the Tour Peloton record.
That's
This
right.
Appears to be a youngish woman who held up a sign. If you are not familiar with the Tour de France, you can just Google search this, Peloton wipeout or whatever, and you'll find it pretty easily.
Or just type in moron spectator and see what happens.
Yeah, probably same thing. The Peloton, if you don't know what it is the giant group of riders during the tour. Often there is a breakaway of somewhere between 2 and 6 riders that get way out in front, and then the Peloton is the pack of all the next 100 guys.
It's really the team that leads, right?
There's a bunch of teams in the Peloton, right? That make up the bulk of the Peloton, and there's some stragglers behind. But anyway, there are on the tour. There's trail vehicles, there's team vehicles, and then there's broadcast vehicles. And one of the charms of the Tour de France is that the fans line the course, and it truly is cool because this is the 1,000-mile race, and it seems like there's fans the entire way lining the course. Now, sometimes it's sparse, spread out. Other times they get into a town and it's 3-4 deep. But in this particular instance, they were out in what appeared to be the French countryside, and this woman, as the car in front of the Peloton passed, shooting the camera back at the group, she leaned out to get her sign on TV and leaned directly in front of one of the riders. Wiped him out, led to a massive wipeout. This is a guy at the front of the Peloton, the front of the pack. He goes down, and everybody wrecks behind him because she had to get her sign on TV. Now, her sign said, "Go, Grandpa, go," or something like that. Which, anytime anybody's paying homage to their grandparents, you always think that's a cool thing, but not like this. And apparently she immediately fled the scene.
That's the word. Now, because we don't know who she is, we only know what the sign said. And as you mentioned, it was something of German terms of endearment for grandparents. So, is she a Fraulein or is she Mademoiselle? Do not know at this point, but she will be caught and she will be prosecuted. As she should.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what
I'm not saying throw her in a brink for 30 days or anything like that. But you need to set an example that this type of behavior, you cheer people on, that's great. That's what you're there for, to cheer them on. You want to see it. Getting yourself on camera, if that's your whole point, stay away. Go somewhere else. Yeah. If you're going to do that, have the decency to take a few steps back into the countryside and then hold up your sign. If it gets on, fine. If not, at least you're not going to hurt anybody.
It's pretty ridiculous what she did, but here's what we don't know. We don't know if there is any instruction to the fans, are they told when they enter, is it well posted, stay well back, never take your eyes off the Peloton? Don't. I mean, of course, much of this is common sense, but I don't know how much of it is trained in the how much you're told. At the PGA Tour, there's ropes.
Yeah.
There's ropes, but this year, at the PGA Championship, when Phil was walking up the fairway at 18, fans were all over him. They were breaking a barrier.
Yes, they were. And they should be held to the same standard.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much training there goes or how much information is communicated to those that are going to watch the tour that you don't do this. It's obvious that you don't, but what are the rules? What are the social norms over there?
I guess.
Look, I'm not making excuses for it. I'm just saying, I want to know. I want to know how much people are told over there what you do and you don't do.
It's an interesting event because it's not like it's held in an arena. I mean, this is the course of the Tour de France is the stage.
France.
Yeah, the stage is the countryside or wherever it is, and it's anywhere from, I don't know what the shortest stage is, 40 miles to 150 miles, whatever the heck the stages are. I don't know. But you're going along a miles and miles and miles as opposed to, we're all enclosed in an arena or a stadium or even a golf course that might
There's
be
no announcements.
a few acres. Yeah.
There's no announcements where they say, just a reminder, the Peloton is approaching. Please keep your eyes on the Peloton. Stay well clear. Again, common sense. But I'd kind of like to know the more to the story, the background of how you're supposed to watch the tour as it flies past you. And these guys, make no bones about it, they are flying. And the difference between her and some of the other people is basically she got run into. There are plenty of people that could get run into, especially in the mountain stages where they're not going as fast. And people jump out on the road and they're cheering them on, and I'm like, they're right there. She's not the only moron. There's morons all over the place.
She's not the only moron, but she's the moron that turned her back to the Peloton and faced the camera holding up the sign leading into the street.
It's ridiculous.
I'm amazed at how close the crowds do come to these people that are going, the people on the bikes that are going 20, 30, 40 miles.
Lane to continue on to West 8 Mile Road.
248-539-9797. Brian's in Auburn Hills, and he's on 97.1. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Doug, how you doing?
Okay.
So I got an unpopular opinion on this Tour de France, and you guys need to hang up on me, so be it. But I don't think anything should happen to this woman. I'm going to tell you why. Granted, it's a stupid thing to do, but the fact is, this race goes on for miles and miles through back roads, countryside, neighborhoods, villages. And to be honest with you guys, I'm surprised something like this doesn't happen a couple times every year this event goes down. There doesn't seem to be any structure or regulations, and I highly doubt there's permits put in the parameters of the race by any means of authority. And truthfully, you guys, this is the one event where they're asking the public to reassemble their routines and their livelihood so some stupid bike event can go on. I mean, argue it.
No, I mean, there's truth to what you say, and I keep saying, if you watch, and I watch this way more than I ever imagined I would, and I'm still not sure why. I do like it, but there are morons on the course everywhere, all the time.
Can we at least agree, guys? Like, you shouldn't be too hard on this woman. You really shouldn't. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Like, I mean,
here's where I'm going to push. You want somebody to push back, right? I'll push back. Yeah. I push back because she's not even paying attention to the race. She's all about herself. She's facing the camera, turning her back to the action, as opposed to if she was simply leaning over and waving and cheering on, and then she got struck. Okay, I might have a little bit more sympathy for the situation, but this one absolutely not. She's turned her back through the entire action just to get herself on camera, and she even brought a sign to do so. She wasn't there to cheer on the bikers. She was there to say hello to her grandparents in Germany.
She was, look at me. Is that been determined? Is the sign was written in German?
Yes.
Okay. 248-539-9797. She's got a ton of votes for Chump of the Weekend, and look, understandably so. I mean, part of me feels like everybody who grows up in France knows how they're supposed to act when the Tour flies past.
So I just Googled. It's a woman spectator, and it's a Tour de France, right? The first thing came up, and then there was a heading that says, "What did the woman's sign say to Tour de France?" It says, a woman holding a large sign bearing the words "Allez Opi Omi," German terms of endearment for grandparents, clipped. This is ironic. Germany's Tony Martin, who lost his balance and set off a chain reaction and sent cyclists sprawling across the pavement as she stepped in front of the Peloton to display the sign for TV cameras.
So bad.
Awful.
At first, by the way, I thought it was like a teenage kid when I first saw it, in which case, and I was like, where are the parents? But this appears to be a full-grown woman, like an adult.
A full-grown
an adult.
In 7.6 miles, turn right onto M36.
Bone structure if she's done growing, Doug, but yes, it looks like it's an adult, yes.
248-539-9797. It's Carson Anderson. Let's go to Aaron in Pontiac. You're next. Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, Aaron?
Hey, I got a Chump and a champ for the weekend.
All right.
I got James Conrad hitting that 250-foot field aid when he was down by a stroke on the 18th hole. take Paul Macbeth into a playoff to win his first world championship. It was amazing.
This is disc golf.
Disc
right?
golf, yeah. This highlight. Somebody tweeted us the highlight, and it's got some champ votes. Can we go over the situation? Was this? He was in the last hole, correct?
Yeah, that's the last hole of the final round of the World Championship. And he was down by 1 stroke, and Macbeth pured his drive, and Conrad actually hit a tree and had to lay up. And so he basically forced himself to hit a 250-foot field ace just to tie it to take it into the playoff.
Help a brother out. What does the term field ace mean?
Like basically, if you hit a nice long drive out to the middle of the fairway, but you still have a considerable distance to go, but you hit the shot anyway.
So he hold out. He hold out from the fairway.
He hold out from the fairway, absolutely.
So he got a 2, and the guy
he got a 3. It was a par 4. He got a 3, and the other guy who was up by a stroke was just playing the numbers, and basically it was Paul Macbeth, by the way. And he was basically just playing it safe, just doing what he needed to do, take his par and take his championship. There was the probability of Conrad hitting that shot was like, it was down to single digits.
He basically had to hit from 250 feet away, excuse me,
to push
the
playoff.
and to go to the playoff, and he did.
Who won the playoff?
Conrad on the very next hole. So it was just amazing. It was like truly, I've never seen anything like it in disc golf.
We very few have, from what I understand. We talked about disc golf a couple of weeks ago, mostly because it's summer. But there was, it was an interesting conversation.
Yeah, so my buddy had just recorded his, whatever it was, his 40th ace or something like that.
Yeah, he was your champ, right?
Yeah.
And then we were debating, was that really, how impressive is that accomplishment? Because we really didn't know.
People said it's impressive.
It's impressive. It's not like doing it in real golf, which isn't quite as. Look, neither of them are easy. I'm not going to downplay it.
Well, I love when they have the same terms and they try to use the same terms. Like people, I heard this morning they were talking about in the morning show when somebody, or just this guy said that he pured it. Or when somebody said this morning, this guy really hammered his drive, and I'm like, you're throwing a disc. It's not the same as striking a projectile. I mean, you're throwing. I'm not taking away how awesome it is. I'm just saying terminology shouldn't be the same. You pured it. I mean, when you pure a golf ball, you know what that means. I
guess you're pure throw too. 248-539-9797. All right, some critical questions coming up for the Detroit Tigers. Some decisions to make. We'll get to that today at 1:20. 97.1 The Ticket.
I'm an emergency medical technician. I've been to the scene of a lot of vehicle crashes, and in nearly half of them, alcohol is involved.
I need help over here. Get this one loaded up.
I've seen so many lives lost. Some of them were drunk drivers. Some were just people going about their day. Families on vacation, kids on their way home, a couple out to dinner. I do everything I can to keep them alive, but sometimes nothing helps. I can tell I'm losing them. All because someone left a bar or party and said, I'm okay to drive. Ask an EMT like me. We can tell you it's not okay.
If you saw what first responders see every day, you'd never drink and drive. Police are cracking down on impaired drivers now, so drive sober or get pulled over. A message from the Michigan Office of Highway Safety Planning.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-305-6290. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-305-6290 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-305-6290 to see if you qualify. That's 800-305-6290.
Are you concerned about outliving your money? How would you like to have guaranteed growth and a lifetime income you could never outlive? Join Joe Uplegger for the Save Money and Income radio show on The Ticket, Sundays from 7 to 8 a.m.
Parents, do you want to save your child's life? 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check can help. Make the time to have your child checked. Contact the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Learn more at 971theticket.com.
You could win the Ticket signing bonus. $1,000 11 times each weekday. Powered by BetQL. Win more and cash in more with the help of BetQL. Download the BetQL app today to learn more. That's BETQL. Listen for the keyword at 1/2 each hour between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. Text that keyword to 72881 before the end of that hour. Message and data rates apply, and you could win a $1,000 signing bonus on 97.1 The Ticket. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
We are brought to you by Hamilton Chevrolet. Tigers sending Matt Manning to the mound in Cleveland tonight for the first of three against the Tribe. Against the Tribe's Eli Morgan. Manning with a record of 101 and a 3.38 earned run average. Morgan has struggled 0-2 and a 10.32 earned run average for the Tribe. 7:10 the first pitch, 650-yard broadcast right here on 97.1 The Ticket. Yesterday, Seattle pitcher Hector Santiago becomes the first player ejected for using a foreign substance. He claims it was just rosin. MSU football gets a 2022 recruit for quarterback. Kitten Hauser changed his mind and decommits from Boise State, and he's a 3-star recruit. Meanwhile, next Sunday, all eyes on the Rocket Mortgage Classic when they will crown a champion. But just yesterday, Harris English won the second longest playoff in the history of the PGA Tour, sudden death style. He wins in 8 holes at the Travelers Championship over Kramer Hickok. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Kosh and Anderson on 97.1 The Ticket.
All right, regarding the Tour de France Peloton record. Not to be a smart aleck or anything like that, but what exactly is the crime the sign lady should be convicted of?
Well, she caused a crash. And actually, it may not be a crime. The report is that she sued. The biker ends his race because a spectator leans into it. I mean, there should be a penalty paid for that, right? Of some kind.
Yeah, I suspect. This is where, though, if I'm her defense, and there really is no defense, but I'm defending her, I'm like, 150 other people did the same thing during this race. My client got hit. But I will show you examples of person after person after person after person that did the same thing that just didn't get hit. Now, maybe that's, so what? Their client got hit, end of story, end of case. But it's really part of the charm, and yet bizarre, is it appears to me that 99% of that course, there's no barrier between the athlete and the fan watching, who probably doesn't have to buy a ticket. Right. Because they're standing on the sidewalk, on the side of the road. I find it actually funnier that a piece of cardboard can take out a bicyclist.
Well, it's a piece of cardboard attached to an arm and a body.
Onto M36.
And then it hits a bicyclist going 30 miles an hour.
During the Lance era, a boy's musette bag, I don't know what that is.
A bag?
Yes. A boy's musette bag got hooked on Lance's handlebars and caused a crash. Next one. Sorry, boys. Pedestrians have the right of way. Pro rally runs on roads through cities and country. Also, those fans know better. If the tour was in the United States, I'm sure we would have to have netting to obstruct vision to keep everyone safe.
Is that a baseball fan that's not happy about the netting? Is that what that sounds like?
Sounds like it.
we're not used to the netting yet. I'm used to it. Are you used to it? We're really not used to the netting at a baseball game or a hockey game, for that matter.
The netting didn't bother me. I sat in the upper deck, and we actually had front row seats in the upper deck last week for the St. Louis game Tuesday. And the plexiglass is so weathered, you can struggle seeing through it. We had to move back two rows because the netting didn't bother me. It's the weathered plexiglass in the front.
Gotcha.
Been to plenty of races in Europe, both stages and classics.
Right onto M36.
Most people know to stand back, mostly because you don't want to get hit by a cyclist. Snot rocket that they blow out their noses often.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah, I mean, watching the tour, which I do, it happens all the time.
You like watching a snot rocket?
In 6 miles,
Watch
turn
the
right onto
replay.
Broadway
She's on the
Drive.
road as much as Durant's toe was on the 3-point line. Hope she never gets caught. She was way more on the road than that. She was leading.
Hope she gets away with it? Like, for being just a stupid spectator?
Yep.
Look, I understand. I'm not trying to charge her with, criminal intent and trying to do great bodily harm, but I think there should be some kind of penalty for someone that's behaving like an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, I think that penalty is going to come, but I don't know if it should be criminal.
I don't know if it's criminal either. I'm just saying something, right?
She absolutely should be held accountable. Her foot is on the road, so both the woman and the sign are in the field of play. What a canoe. That's from Eric in the garage office. 248-539-9797. Let's go to John on a cell. Hi, John.
Hey, Doug.
Hi, John.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, listen,
I can hear you
know
too.
you're tongue-in-cheek with trying to defend her, but if you notice that along the road is a rut for irrigation, and everybody else is standing in that rut, and it was about 3-4 feet off the road. She is actually, like you just said, standing on the road with that 1 foot and angled. Actually, her shoulder was probably pretty close to the road, too. So, no, she's going to lose.
Well, this isn't the United States. I mean, I don't know how things are going to go over in France with this whole thing, but it's not even about her foot being on the road. It's the sign. She's leaning side and leaning way over.
Yeah, I mean, look, I said if I were her defense attorney, this is what I would say, because the course is filled with idiots. Filled with idiots. She either went too far, which strong case can be made for that, of course, or was just the unfortunate idiot that got hit when so many more come ridiculously close to getting hit.
Yeah, and then I guess one of the real issues is that the injuries it causes to others needlessly.
Yeah.
I read some story that there was a woman that basically saved a child from the crowd after this crash happens. Other bicyclists are going down and bikes are flying and all this. But there was a woman who's being hailed as a hero because she was able to protect a child that was about to get just smashed by this whole group.
248-539-9797. Jim on a cell. Hi, Jim.
Good afternoon, Jeff.
What's up?
Not that I really care, but I'll defend her.
All right.
The owners of the race and the riders all promote people reaching out to them with drinks and other things. If you promote them reaching out to the riders, that's all she's doing.
Well, I mean, she obviously wasn't giving a drink. I don't know what they promote. I mean, we're coming at this from...
Into the race.
We are parachuting in from the outside. I have no idea what the cultures are. I presume that everyone in France knows. You think they know how to behave at the Tour de France? And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that this woman lacked common sense. Foot's on the road, sign is hanging way out. Her arm actually physically hits the German rider, knocks him down, and causes the chain reaction crash behind it.
And I've got it like freeze framed right now.
Yeah.
He is like a foot inside of the grass on the pavement. He's on the pavement. There's like a foot of space between the tires of the bike and then the grass. Yeah. And everybody else is standing in the trench or standing on top of this slight hill there. But this woman is taking a step forward, facing the camera, smiling, and not even looking at the oncoming traffic.
248-539-9797. It's Carson Anderson, Open Lines. Hey, coming up, Tigers have some interesting questions that they have to answer. We'll get to that today at 1:18. Hey, if you've been watching the NBA playoffs from the sidelines, now's the perfect time to get in on the action with the FanDuel Sportsbook, because during the conference finals, new users get 30-1 odds on any team to win their next game. That means you can win $150 on just a $5 bet. So, if it took Milwaukee last night, like some of us did, or if you like Phoenix in the West with all the injuries with the Clippers, whatever, you can get 31 odds if you're a new user. So that is awesome. The app is easy to use. Just sign up using the promo code Doug to bet the NBA Conference Finals, 30-1 odds. Once again, promo code Doug to unlock 30-1 odds on any playoff team to win their next game, exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. New users only. Must wager in designated offer market. $10 first deposit required. $150 maximum bonus. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of Radio.com and 97.1 The Ticket.
Hi friends, Bill Golling here for Golling Kia of Madison Heights. If you currently own a Kia, I'd like to invite you to visit our new facility on 14 Mile Road, east of the Oakland Mall, right off I-75. We offer great friendly service, have a well-stocked parts department, and factory-trained technicians. Need a different set of wheels? We offer everything from tires to an outstanding selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. So come discover the Golling difference. Remember, we want to see you in a Golling Kia. Check us out online at gollingkia.com.
If you've ever hired someone to maintain your lawn, you know it can be a crapshoot. So many of these small companies are unreliable, and frankly, they don't do a very good job. You should hire Miller Landscape. They'll maintain and proactively manage all your landscape needs, from mowing and pruning to flowers, fertilization, even your sprinklers. Miller can give you that amazing backyard kitchen or patio you've always wanted. You hear Mike Valenti talk about how great they are. Go to GetMillerNow.com. That's GetMillerNow.com.
Right now, you can score greater savings than ever before, and I'm talking all-time great savings. Kind of money you can set aside for something big to spend on what you want or need. It's your call. I'm just saying that there's this incredible opportunity out there, and you deserve to know all about it. Hey guys, it's Boomer Esiason here to tell you all about the benefits of a mortgage refinance. It's a strategic way to save hundreds each month, especially when you call American Financing America's home for home loans, because they make it so easy to get a better loan with significant savings. I mean up to $1,000 in monthly savings. Think of the difference that can make, and give them a call for a free mortgage review. 866-781-8900. That's 866-781-8900. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. Whoa! And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Whew. For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries starting at just $79.99. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
I love overpriced stuff. That's why I get my internet from the other guys. What could be better?
Wow is better. Get Internet 200 for just $29.99 a month plus $50 on us at Huawei.com. Limited to new customers with auto-pay and paperless billing. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Offer subject to change. Restrictions and terms apply.
At the light,
you trust.
turn right onto Broadway
Teams
Drive.
you love.
Then turn right onto Calvin Court.
Scott Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket. Open lines 248-539-9797. Fritz writes in, when you take a look at the crash in slow motion, she had her arm fully extended into the road and clotheslined that biker. It's amazing she did not break her arm. Brian in Belleville says, you guys brought up what charge she might possibly face. This is reckless endangerment through and through. When a person recklessly engages in any conduct that creates a substantial risk of causing physical harm or even death.
Take a slight left turn onto Calvin Court. Then the destination is
look,
on your
guys,
left.
she had to be real close so her grandparents could read it. They're old. Come on, man.
That's a great point.
That's a very good point. Is this similar to the person sitting in row 10 at a baseball game on their phone and getting hit by a ball? Dumb spectator not paying attention. The Nets don't bother me, Anthony. Right.
No, it's akin to the spectator sitting behind home plate, waving constantly the whole time while on their
Take a
phone.
sharp
Do you
left
see
turn
me?
onto Calvin Court.
Hey, do you see
Then the
me?
destination is on your right.
I'm waving now. Do you see me now? That jackass.
You remember when you saw me earlier today?
Right.
Yeah, now I'm over here.
Yeah.
You can look at me now.
Here I am. Hey, do you see my sign that I'm holding up? You know what part I love about when we see those morons that do that, when they sit there I love when the usher comes over. I want to keep the camera on them when the usher's there.
And has to tell them that these are not your seats.
Get out of here. You got to go. What I really